Welcome back to Positive Solutions for Families. This is our fourth session together, The Power of Routines. We have some great new resources to share with you today as we focus on routines. We will focus on learning how to set up a routine for success and how to structure routines and transitions to prevent those challenging behaviors. As we go through the material today, you will learn new strategies to use with your child. Before we begin, let's think about the apply it and try it activities that you did last time. Last time we were together, you left with two activities to try at home. One was to start observing your child when there was a challenging behavior to see if there were patterns that gave you clues about the why or function of your child's behavior. Our second activity was to develop rules for home. Let's think about observing the child's behavior. Was there anything that you noticed that stood out to you? What rules did you create? How did your child react to establishing those rules? What went well and what didn't go well? As we have done before, let's take a moment and think about the hard work and effort that you are putting in at home. Turn to Session 4, Activity 1 in your family handbook. You can use this space to write down an affirmation about what you have accomplished last week, or use this time to think about those affirmations. Remember, there is brain science about how using affirmations are helpful in helping you feel strong and optimistic about making changes. Let's talk about some routines. What are they and why are they important? Today we are going to focus on the development of routines and helping children follow those daily routines. Routines are predictable and naturally occurring activities in a child's day. Routines include caregiving, daily tasks, meals, play, community, and social activities. Can you name some of the daily routines that you and your family engage in or have? Remember, routines are repeated and predictable events. Possible family routines. Families share a lot of different routines. Here are some routines that your family might have. Remember, all families might have different routines and they will look different from one family to the next. Some routines that you might have at home would be things like riding in the car, getting dressed or undressed, brushing teeth or hair, or even mealtime. Let's think about what makes a routine work or not work. Use these guiding questions when you're thinking about those routines. Number 1, what is a routine that works well for your child? What is a routine that feels good? What is it about that routine that makes it successful? As we have discussed, some routines are more enjoyable or easier than others. We want to think about ways that we can structure routines so that they are easier and go more smoothly. There are a few things you can do to make sure every routine is as successful as possible. We will review some of these ideas and talk about tips that will help you make the most of your family routines and schedules. Some essential components of a successful routine are to create the routine so there is a clear start and a clear finish. Teach your child the steps and the expectations of that routine. Establish a predictable routine and follow it consistently. When changes are necessary, prepare your child ahead of time. If needed, visual cues can be helpful. And then offer positive feedback and encouragement for successes. Let's break down some of those steps of a routine and see what it would look like. Let's use an example of getting ready for bed. Remember, each family is different and there might be some steps that another family will not have in the routine that you may. The point of this activity is to break it down into simple steps that your child can follow. Here is a list of some steps with a routine of going to bed. When we get ready to go to bed, steps of that routine are going to the toilet, taking a bath, get pajamas on, brush your hair, brush your teeth, get into bed, read 2 stories, then snuggle and say goodnight. This has a clear beginning. The first step is going to the toilet, and the final step is snuggling and saying goodnight. Now you are going to break down the steps of one of your child's routines in your family handbook. Let's look in your family handbook at activity 2. Pick a routine that is hard for your child. Let's think about some ideas of why it is hard. We will use this routine as part of your apply it and try it. in activities later in the session. For now, write down the routine at the top of the page, and in the space below, write down the steps of that routine. Write down the specific steps and the expectations of the routine from start to finish. As you're doing activity 2, think about what are some things that you specifically do as the parent during those routines to help your child follow the steps and your expectations. Let's take a couple of days to think through this and write down some things that you may do, and then we'll talk about it in the next video.